Hey fellow YouTubers, this is Nathan with the ebookreader.com. For this video, I'm going to give you guys a review of the new 2016 entry-level Kindle. So this was just released in July 2016. I've been reviewing Kindle e-readers since 2009, so I've reviewed quite a few since then. Let's go ahead and talk about the features on this one. It has a lot of the same feature set as the previous entry-level Kindle, so it remains the same price. It has the same screen, but what it has is it has a new design. And it's also available in white now. It's available in white and black. The whiter design here, they were available in some other countries, but they just started offering them in the US, so it's kind of nice to have that option now. So the biggest change between this model and the 2015 model is just the design. I really like this design a lot better. If you go back and look at my review of the 2014 entry-level Kindle, I was really complaining a lot about the blocky plasticky design. So I mean, I really think this is an improvement. It's got the rounded edges. It just fits in your hand more comfortably. It's lighter and it does feel comfortable to hold. I do like it a lot better than the last entry-level Kindle. So the other main difference with this new entry-level Kindle is that it comes with Bluetooth support, so that you can use the voice view screen reader, which it's an accessibility tool which will read the screen aloud. So you can connect Bluetooth headphones and Bluetooth speakers to that once you activate it right here. So I already uploaded a tutorial showing this on the Paperwhite, which had to use an adapter because it doesn't have Bluetooth support. So it's nice having the Bluetooth support on this, so you don't have to use an adapter. So all Kindles, they have the same exact software. So even this entry-level Kindle, it has the same exact amount of features as the Kindle Oasis when it comes to reading. So the main difference is obviously just between the different Kindle lines is just the amount of hardware features it offers. You know, you got the front light, or if you got page buttons, and you got the charging cover on the Kindle Oasis. But when it comes to software, they all have the exact same reading features. So that's an advantage when it comes to the entry-level cheap Kindle, because you still get all the same reading tools as you get with the expensive Kindles. So on our home screen here, Amazon recently updated the home screen look. We've got this new kind of cluttered home screen. If you don't like this, you can actually go into the settings menu and personalize options. You can default it back to the old home screen, which looks just like this, where you get a list of your your most recent read books. You get 6 of them on here, and then you can scroll through your library this way. So another way to view your home screen is you can use the list view. So you can view covers, or you can view it just by a list. And one difference about this list view here is it will show you these little dots right here that give us indication of how long the books are in relationship to each other. So that's not something that was on here a little while ago. They took it off and then they brought it back with the firmware update. So it's good to see that back on here. So we've got some different sorting options, as you can see right here. You can sort by recent and title and author. You can also sort by collection, and then we can break things down further into this different sections right here if you just want to search your books or side-loaded documents, all the stuff that you've added to your Kindle account, and then you can just search periodicals if you would like. So you got your different views, different list views right there. And then we've got the all, which shows all the stuff that's available in your Amazon account, or you can just go to the stuff that you have downloaded on your device right there. You can also tap this icon in the corner to jump pages. So then up here we can run searches, which works really well because you just type in like one letter and it already starts giving you suggestions. So you really don't have to type a whole lot. So then up here we got our store link, so you can shop in the Kindle store. Of course, you can also use the web browser to download DRM-free Mobi ebooks from other websites. A lot of people don't know that you can do that, but you can. So up here we've got the Goodreads integration. So normally if you have Goodreads set up, you'd have a list of your Goodreads books right here, or your Amazon wish list books right here. So I don't have that set up, so I just get that option right there, because I usually have it set up to go over to the regular home screen view instead of this cluttered home screen view. So, and then up here we've also got the quick access dial here, so we can access your settings, sync your Kindle, turn on airplane mode on and off right there. So we've got the back and home buttons up there. So one of the main differences obviously with the Kindle Touch here is that it doesn't have a front light. And I gotta tell you folks, as someone who's used to reading on a front light for the past 4 years, ever since they started coming out, I have a hard time adjusting to these entry-level Kindles when they don't have a light, because the reading experience is so much different. Here, let me just show you guys really quickly. So this is with a light blaring on the screen, and it kind of has a gray background. You can tell that's just how e-ink is, and that kind of seems to stand out more when you don't have a light. So here, let's turn off the light with just like a regular room right here. So this isn't like dark room by any means, but when you have like a front lit e-reader, so here's the Kindle Paperwhite, obviously you can tell a big difference in contrast right away, because the Paperwhite, it has the front light on, so it makes the background of the screen a lot whiter. So the Paperwhite lives up to its name in comparison to the entry-level Kindle, because it's a lot, obviously the ink screen up here is a lot grayer by comparison, and it just adds more contrast with the light on, even you know, during the day when you're not reading at night. So the front light helps contrast like in all lighting conditions, not just during the nighttime too. So if we crank up this light here, you can even see it a little bit more. So obviously it's a huge difference in readability. I really got to tell you folks, if you have the extra money, you really should invest in a front light Kindle. I think you're going to like it a lot better because when you're using a non-front lit e-reader, you really need to have a lamp on it at all times. I mean, even in this kind of condition, it's easily readable, but when you put a light on it, it's even better. So like these excel really well in outdoor reading conditions. When it's really bright outside, you don't get any screen glare. But obviously in any kind of low light situation, you're going to need to have a clip-on reading light, or you're going to need to have a lamp close at hand, because obviously the screen, it just doesn't have any source of illumination. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about some of the reading features now. If you swipe up from the bottom of the screen, we get this page view where you can jump different pages, and Amazon just updated this last week to add this page flip feature. So we got the second icon right here, and it'll give us a global picture of the layout of this book. It gives us 9 pages at once, and we can jump through all these different sections here, and you can view all the different pages just by jumping through like this. So this works well on books that have like illustrations, or you're jumping around looking for pictures or stuff, because obviously it's not going to do a whole lot of good when it's just text right here, but it is still a useful feature to have. And then it always saves your last pages down here, so you can always jump back to where you were before. So that's kind of a cool setup with that. So as long as you have the book open, you can always just add highlights like so, just pull and drag. We can also go with different pages, as you can see right there. You can also add text notes using the on-screen keyboard. And a cool new feature that they added with the last update is we can actually export these notes now. So if we go over to the Notes tab, you can export these directly to your email. So it'll send an email with a PDF and a spreadsheet document, and you can get that directly sent to your email from your Kindle. So that's pretty cool. So you can also jump over to the table of contents from this view right here, scroll through that, jump to whatever page you want. So there are some other options for exporting notes as well. So we can go ahead and adjust all your text formatting from the font menu right here. So they added the Amazon Ember font with this latest update. So that was available initially on the Kindle Oasis. So you can also pinch the screen to increase font size. So you got some other page adjustment options over here as well. So we can adjust the line spacing. If you wanted larger line spacing, you can also just have larger margins. I don't really understand these margin settings though. It's like, why would anybody want margins that huge? But we got that as an option apparently. So we've also got the landscape mode, which I'm a pretty big fan of. I don't know, I just like it a lot here lately, especially if you ever read PDFs. It works pretty well for PDFs. I'll upload a separate video showing how PDFs work on this device. So yeah, I do like the landscape mode. It's just kind of comfortable to hold the Kindle this way too. It's kind of cool to have that option. So then over here on the third tab, we can adjust this reading progress indicator, which shows up down here in the lower left corner. It can be set to display time left in the chapter, time left in the book, and if the book has page numbers, it can show that as well if it has a physical copy, which this obviously doesn't. So you can just toggle through them by tapping that down there as well. So you can add and remove bookmarks just by tapping the upper corner right here. And a cool thing with the way the bookmark window works, you can actually view the bookmarks from the window you're viewing, or from the page you're currently on, and you can jump around to those bookmarks if you want. So we can run searches within Kindle eBooks, and it'll bring up a list of all the places it appears, and you can scroll through it to find different things quickly. So there are some other advanced settings in here as well. So we can turn on WordWise, for instance. This helps, it's like a good tool for like kids, or if you're learning a new language, it'll give hints for like harder words, like along as you're reading. It can also, you can just tap down here to choose to show more or less hints. And obviously it makes the spacing quite a bit larger to fit in those definitions in between the words. So then there's another thing called the vocabulary builder, which keeps track of all the words you look up in the dictionary, and then you can use this flashcard feature to review those words. can scroll through the words you have looked up since you got your Kindle and mark as read so that you don't have to see them again. So Kindle ebooks also have this thing called X-ray, which gives like background info about the book, about the characters in the book. It's kind of helpful if you want to review certain like characters. If you're reading a long book, you can get the info about them right here without any spoilers. You can also look up different terms. So if you hold down on a word, you get the option to look it up in the dictionary. You can also look up stuff on Wikipedia. Right here it has a window for Wikipedia, and also has a translation window. You can use it to translate from various languages right here. It uses Bing Translator, so this does require an internet connection, unlike most of the stuff you use on here. It doesn't require internet, but that translation feature does. You can also share things just by highlighting. Hit the share option. You can share out on Goodreads, on Facebook, and Twitter. So it kind of depends on what kind of content you have on your Kindle, like how you navigate things. So if you have a magazine, for instance, it has a different kind of layout where it has this sort of table of contents view. You can jump to the different stories this way, and then it will also, you can jump around from the different kind of articles right here. You can see the different sections. So it just sort of depends on the kind of content you have on here. So magazines and newspapers, they react a little bit differently. You can use this dial down here to jump around as well, and then you have the little icon to go back to the beginning, and you can clip the article. So you have some different features in the magazines that aren't necessarily available in ebooks, and vice versa. Okay folks, so that's been a review of the new Kindle for 2016. Check out the ebookreader.com for some additional info and for reviews on all other Kindles and ebook readers currently available on the market. So I'm going to post a follow-up review right now comparing this Kindle with the Kindle Paperwhite 3. If you want to watch that, you can see how those two compare in depth. Thank you guys for watching.